Tonight, we know much more about a disturbing video that captures a shooting live on social media. Good evening, I'm Jeff Herndon. Dawn has the night off. A man is in critical condition tonight. He was shot as he stood outside a store at 56th and Hoyne yesterday afternoon. Police say it appears to be a classic case of social media taunting. Craig Wall looked into this extreme example of a phenomenon known as cyber banging.
Yeah, Jeff, police do not believe this was a hoax or anything like that. In fact, they believe the man was actually targeted. He is in critical condition tonight at Mount Sinai Hospital. And while cyber banging has been around for as long as social media has, this may be the first time that someone was actually shot while live on Facebook.
On Chief, what they say they heard I was up here. So
the victim of the shooting has been identified as 30-year-old Brian Fields, who was convicted of a 2005 murder in Chicago. He was standing outside this store at 56th and Hoyne, which has been closed since January due to a fire. Fields, known as Sugar Ray in the neighborhood, references the store being closed in his video.
I can't be out here without the store being open. I need somewhere to duck and hide for cover.
The fact that he mentions that, he needs access to the store that was previously not open in order to duck and dive meant that he had some awareness of what could potentially happen.
Columbia University professor Desmond Patton studies youth violence and the social media connections.
Looks like, one of the things he wanted to do was say to everyone, hey, I'm here, I'm brave, I'm strong, I am so strong that I can be in a rival group's neighborhood and videotape it.
Police say it appears Fields was taunting his rivals. At the last second, he sees something out of the corner of his eye and then gets shot, dropping the cell phone as he ran. The gunman stands right over the phone and fires a total of 16 shots. Fields was struck 5 times. This man lives down the street.
I heard the shots, and as I heard the shots, first instinct is to just run.
Brandon Reynolds, who works to help youth and gangs, says while the video is disturbing, there's another aspect that's equally troubling because of the long-term impact.
Youth are really desensitized to this type of stuff. So, a lot of people posted that through Facebook. It went viral. And, kids were watching that and posting it. And then right after that, they went and played video games, did whatever they wanted to do.
As police investigated the shooting, we noticed a very visible police presence in that neighborhood, a clear sign that investigators are trying to ward off retaliation. We also know that they are very closely monitoring social media in trying to prevent any retaliation. Jeff?
And Craig, earlier this year, Interim Police Superintendent John Escalante called social media a major contributor to gang violence, especially here in Chicago. You spoke with the experts tonight. Do they have any ideas on how to solve it? And if not solve it, Craig, just contain it.
Yeah, and that's the big challenge right now. The professor at Columbia University in New York that I spoke to said what he thinks needs to be done is this needs to be declared a public health crisis, bringing other resources to bear to try to ward off this cyber banging before it happens. But as we know, is a very difficult thing to do, and there are no easy answers. Jeff?
Eyes open to P.O.C.C. This is Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. coming to you live and direct from our office, Black Panther Party Cubs office, the streets. In fact, we say I work out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're literally right here on the site. Attention to the fact the video is supposed to went viral in regards to one of the recent shootings that's happening in Chiraq. A lot of people got an issue with that term Chiraq. However, we don't. Our deal is let's be upfront about it. When we say Chiraq, we don't say it in some sort of reactionary, softball, Spike Lee type of way. In fact, we even spell it different than cats like that. We add on to the old adage when we say God created Africans and America made niggas. We add on to that. The mayors and the machine manufactured Chiraq. What's happening in this city, what's happening in every other oppressed community is done by design. Anyone that believes that the mayor, the police, any other these softball, poverty pimp organizations are interested in stopping crime, we believe Don King wants to stop boxing. This is, again, one of America's policies is to create chaos and restore order. We draw the correlation from the army tanks that go through Africa, Afghanistan, to the police SUVs that come through our communities every day, to foreign merchants in our community, to the contractors that's abroad. Again, ain't no war on drugs, ain't no war on guns, ain't no war on gangs. It's a war on our black asses. And let's be very clear. And we understand that there are contradictions within our community. But we very clear that who is responsible, what entity is responsible for creating these contradictions. And they're not trying to save us. Again, so it's the economy, the lives are based on this here. It's not by happenstance. You don't hear no media coverage talking about the cartel's presence in this city. You don't see the whole thing about the police terrorism, not police terrorism, police terrorism. This system has strategically picked up go-getters, brothers and sisters with leadership, backbone in the community, picked them off. Like same way like when Genghis Khan went through China, he picked up the go-getters. They have raised up these punk fraudulent leadership organizations, bogus organizations, to be our so-called spokesperson. We got to be very clear. I might not say this, but reveal this. I'm going to say don't use that term, Chiraq. Don't use that term. That's like telling a battered woman to put makeup over her bruises. You know what I'm saying? This is the brutal reality. What you see in that video, what you see every day, this is the brutal reality that's happening in our communities every day, 24/7. And the Cubs, we out here 24/7 consistent. This is our office. This is our call. Free them all. Free them all.
One gang could run this city. One gang. Nothing would move without us allowing it to happen. Tax the crime syndicates, the police, because we got the street suckers.
Heads up, eyes open, and fist clench. And they say that I speak in fast words now. This may very well be my last word. And be clear and hear this. They the murder motherfuckers familiar mentioning shit that I'm giving. Oftentimes the Black Panther Club has to speak in coded conversation. And don't trip, for the real recognize the real, and riders recognize what the fuck I'm saying. Well, look at here. Chiraq. The Midwest motherlode. The war zone in which I and a whole bunch more of the rest of the earth have born, lived, and died and recognized as home. The city in which the media depicts the crime capital, where the police patrol actual army tanks, and where black babies are blasted and buried, they get the gall and call it collateral. Now dig this, a major metropolis that happens to be geographically, figuratively, literally, and politically prime pickers for the country's top spot for the drop-off of heroin. But yet you hear no mention by man, media, nor machine of the cartel and its respective connection to this country's administrators and how they have literally created a fucking crime scene. Can you dig it?
What we have to do, keep up the general truth. We take over one borough at a time. Secure our territory. Secure our turf. Because it's all